Awesome. So today we are going to be doing my technically now second impression of the Graveyard Smash palette from Wicked Widow Beauty. Also my first time using the brand, although I guess second time, but with the same palette. I get into all that because I actually filmed an entire video using this for the first time, but I'm using a new camera and I didn't realize that the microphone was off. So is what it is. But we're going to get into this, create another look, because I really want to do a featured video on this and just have some fun with it. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'm also going to insert some swatches I did, and then we'll jump into the look. So in my last look, I did Bewitching Bride, Thrills and Chills, Groovy Ghouls, and Fright Night, which were all fabulous. So I think with this one, I really want to pull in Bewitching Bride again. One, it's like the deepest shade, deepest matte in the palette, so I really want to utilize that. I think I'm going to maybe blend that out with Harvest Horrors. I just think that would be a fabulous color combo. And then I think we're going to go with the, like Fright Night was the more prominent shimmer that I used in the first look. So I think this time I want to feature more so Thrills and Chills, and maybe this time pop in a bit of Weird Waltz in there, but we'll see. Who knows, I might even pull in the greens like Freaky Frank, that name, and Groovy Ghouls in the on the lower lash line, but we'll see, we'll figure it out. So let's jump right in. I already have some eye primer on. I'm just going to make sure that's all stamped out, and then we are going to find, I always say that I should have my brushes prepped ahead of time, but I never do. Let's go with this one. It is an ELF 201, I believe. It's just like a nice kind of rounded flat shader brush, and we're gonna first dip into Bewitching Bride. I'm going to do Halo Eye as per usual. Whatever, my channel, do what I want. I'm going to stamp that on the outside. And then also bring it into the inner corner. And then a lot of times I've been leaving it open kind of in the middle, but I think I'm going to actually bring that all the way around, create a bridge between the two, because when I do put my shimmer on, I want there to be some of the Bewitching Bride shade up there to just be on top of it and offer some depth. And then moving on from there, I'm going to take another brush. This is a Luxie 131 Mini Angled, and I'm going to jump into Harvest Horrors. Try to go in there lightly. It's also, I think it's like the second deepest shade in the palette, so I don't want to go in too heavy and then not be able to blend it out. So I'm just really gently dabbing / slightly fluffing, blending, all the different words we use, around the purple shade, just to get an initial blend kind of going on, and then we'll go back and forth between the two to perfect that. All right, and I'm just going to try to wipe off any excess product off that brush onto this towel that I have down here. And I'm just going to start, try not to cover the whole thing, just going to start blending that out. Ooh, I think that blends out beautifully. So one of the reasons why I'm using a new camera, I was always like filming on my iPhone before, and that was great. Like I was happy with the videos I was getting, like, you know, were they the most top quality? You know, probably not, but for where I am right now with my channel and just getting used to everything, I just didn't want to invest in something too involved. I actually do have like a Rebel Canon, like Canon Rebel DSLR, but I just find it really hard to film with because there's no flip out like monitor or anything, and then trying to hook up a monitor and like limited space. It's just a whole mess. So I just wasn't finding that that was really working for me. Maybe it's something like I've got the camera. I'd like to be able to utilize it. Maybe I will jump into trying to find ways to either film with it or at least do product shots with it more. But my husband was able to find me a cheaper camcorder that has like the flip out screen so I can see what I am doing, and I can at least hopefully better tell if I am in frame. So hopefully that is something that is a bit better. I don't know, maybe it wasn't really that noticeable of an issue to you guys, but to me, it was a huge pain in my butt. So I'm hoping that this makes it easier, because if I can have it be a setup that isn't feeling like it is so difficult for me to work with, then I'm going to film more. So trying to have something that's the best possible setup is ideal. But for any of you who are watching who might have channels yourself or into have more experience with filming, if you have any tips or tricks for stuff, feel free to share it. I'm not super tech savvy. Like, I do this out of love of wanting to share my passion and love for beauty and have like a creative outlet for it, but I am not tech savvy. I will probably never be tech savvy, and I have limitations. So I'm just going back and forth. Sorry, I guess I didn't say it because I was busy yabber jabbing, but just going back and forth. I had just re-picked up the first brush with like a tiny bit more of that Bewitching Bride shade, and going back in and trying to use this brush to re-intensify the pigmentation, but also just help sort of blend, like I'm holding it like sideways. Hopefully it makes sense. You can kind of see how I'm holding it, but I'm holding it sort of on its side, so it's not just pressing and putting more pigmentation down, but it's also helping blend into that orange shade. I really do enjoy purple and orange together. They really are a lovely, lovely match. And then now I'm taking it and just to create sort of a winged feel, look, style, whatever. I don't like it too winged out for Halo Eye, but I also don't tend to have it like be overly circular, but whatever. I'm just going with it. All right, something like that. One last go with the orange. Great. I think a blend like that is what we're going for. So now, what do I want to do? Now I want to clean up the center of the lid a little bit. So let's see if I've got any micellar water left in here. Just a tinge. Got a jar I normally keep some in, and then some pointed Q-tips. I'm just going to lightly dab into there. Don't need too much. And with that, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just going in the middle and just figuring out how high up, sort of where I want my halo in the middle to go. I like them to go fairly high up. But just gives me an idea. And sometimes what I like to do is have the ends, like the top part of it, and I'll flip it over to like the clean side with no more micellar water on it, just clean, plain Q-tip, just to wipe up any excess micellar water / any of like the shadow that is picking up, but it's just sort of still sitting there, muddying the area. Dip into a little bit more just to clean it up. And then we're just going for a style similar to that. I am now going to take, if I can find things, my NYX glitter glue and a flat, this will work, just one of the flat rounded brushes that I use often in my looks. And I'm just going to place that where I cut out for the shimmer, and then also pull it into the middle and down as well. All right, and then directly in with that brush, like same brush, because it's going to have some of that glitter glue on it, so it's going to pick up the shimmer even better. We're going to pick up some of that Thrills and Chills shade, and we're going to put that right in the middle. Ooh. I love it. I just used this a little bit on my inner corner in my first video attempt, and it was beautiful there, but it is also a star and should be featured as such. Also, while I'm thinking of it now too, being a new camera setup, it's got a microphone that came with it that I can like turn on and off. Again, the whole issue with refilming is I did not have it on because I was learning it. I didn't realize I had to turn it on and off. Not tech savvy. Anyways, I'm hoping on the playback on the camera, I didn't love the way the audio sounded, but then I'm also listening to it through a speaker on the camera. I probably should have done more test things before actually committing to a video and a look, but it is what it is. We've come this far. There's no going back. If the audio is not perfect, if it's salvageable, I'm still gonna film it, post it. But if it's not great, I'll have learned from it and we'll move on. We'll figure out something else. But just again, if the audio is not perfect, I will work on it and hopefully have it be better for next time. All right, like that. And I like to bring it out to the corner, inner and outer corner, pretty decently, because then I'll go back with the brush from my deepest shade there. And I'm just gonna start stamping that along the edge. Just so there's a good blend. And one of the benefits to not wearing press-ons for once is I'm going to go back in to Chills and Thrills with my finger. Okay, so off camera, I applied some liner. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Alkaline. Love this for kind of a deep burgundy shade. Will go perfectly with Bewitching Bride. So then we're going to take Bewitching Bride on this is a Morphe 5149, just like a little shader brush. And we're just going to dab into this and blend that into the liner. Something like that. All right, might as well do the other eye while we're here. My brain has been like such a mess when it comes to filming lately, anyways. Because even when I did my first impression, I was like, okay, yeah, we're all finished. And I didn't have mascara or lashes or anything on yet. So I am just a little bit addle brain lately, whatever, when it comes to filming. I'm forgetting some of the basics. Okay, I like that. I think that's going to be it for shadow. So I am going to go just finish off like mascara, lashes, throw something on the lip. I might add like a little liner on top of the shadow, but it's not going to be part of this palette anyways. So if I do that, I'm just going to do it off camera because I suck at trying to do liner on camera. Anyways, we'll be right back. All right, here is the finished look. What do we think? So to finish it off, I did, if you can see, add like a little liner on top, and I went in with the NYX Cosmetics Vivid Brights in, what is this in? What shade? Vivid Escape. I've had this for forever. I almost went in with like a glitter liner, which would have been beautiful, but I just thought it might kind of overpower the look a bit. And I still wanted the shadows to be the star of the show. So I thought this would add just like a little kind of crispness to the top of the halo, and just add a little extra flair without it overtaking the whole look. For my lips, I went in with my Chucky combo from Glamlight. So it is the Chucky lip liner. I think it's just simply Chucky. It's the Chucky lip kit. And then the lipstick that went with that. Created a nice little sort of nude ombre. Even tried to do something different by rounding out the top of it. What else? Oh, also on the inner corner, I didn't feel like going in with Weird Waltz. I just thought that that would be throwing in too much of a different shade of the color combo that I've done for this look. So I decided to go with my Noctulescent highlight palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics and just use one of the shimmery shades. So I used actually, what does it say? Transient. Sort of has like a green sort of shift to it. I just thought that would add a nice little pop of brightness and sparkle on the inner corner, but I don't feel like it like overpowers the look. Anyways, jumping into what is the star of the show, the Wicked Widow Beauty Graveyard Smash palette. I had so much fun playing with this again. I actually even liked the look that I created this time even a bit more. So who knows? Maybe it was for the best that it didn't work out with filming. But yeah, I still feel the same way I did, which I said in that video, which is that I really had so much fun playing with this. I am really impressed so far with the formula of the brand. Again, I've only tried this one palette, so I can't speak for everything, but I get excited to both play with this again and also at the idea of getting more palettes from them in the future. I look forward to future releases. I even kind of, maybe when Halloween settled down and there's not so many spooky releases that I keep spending my money on, I would be super curious about getting maybe some of the older palettes that they have, because there have been some other beautiful color stories and concepts, but there was always something else going on. This one, finally, I was not going to let slip through my fingers and I had to get it. So yeah, I am super happy that I did. I am just so happy to have tried another amazing indie brand. Through my journey with makeup, I've definitely learned to the love I have for indie brands. Not to say that I don't still love like some mainstream brands and all that, but I just really love what the indie makeup community is doing, what these small brands are creating, and it makes me feel like I am investing in better pieces, like pieces of art, rather than just sort of getting something just I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyways, it allows me to get some more curated pieces for my collection. I'm also just trying to be better about not buying everything and buying things that I know that are either unique to my collection, maybe in a color story, in a formula that I know I already love, and I just don't have those kind of shades already in that formula. But just so many different reasons. I'm starting to go off on a tangent. Anyways, I am so happy that I got to finally play with this, finally try Wicked Widow Beauty. Let me know in the comments down below. Have you tried the brand? What are other palettes that you've tried that, if they're hopefully still available, that I should consider trying one day? And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Any kind of engagement really always helps. I am such a small channel, so definitely engaging with my content will just help get it out there for more people to see it. People who hopefully would enjoy my content and what I'm doing. And yeah, comments, subscribe. Subscribing's great. I would love it if you subscribed. And yeah, so let's cut the rambling down. We're gonna stop there. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed this. And I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.